Hey all you Minecraft people, I am Renovate. Today guys is episode number 3 of Not So Serious Minecraft with Ren and Link. Link, however, is not on right now because I am sick. I've been sick for almost a week now. And I figured I would just go ahead and record something since I'm kind of bored. So yeah, this will be episode number 3. We're going to talk about a little bit of an ore automation. I'll show you downstairs. But yeah guys, this is, I had a couple people ask in the comments what mod pack this was. This is actually RESONANT RE3, and it's got about 200 additional mods added to it, and it's in the description, so go check it out. But yeah, that's what this is, and yeah, this is episode number 3. If you guys are enjoying it, click that like button. Make sure you click links as well. I don't know what he's been doing, but I can see through the window back there he's done a pretty good amount. And also, if you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button. Just follow along. This is kind of a user-friendly series. I'm gonna do whatever you guys ask. If I don't see anything in the comments, I'll just keep working. But until then, just follow along, have some fun, and yeah. So I will see you guys in just a second. Okay, guys, we're back. And let me show you what I did real quick since last episode. We didn't change anything in here, but we made this bigger because I started drawing more power than what we had stored. So what I also did was on these steam dynamos, as you can see over here, it used to be 80 RF a tick, and now we're doing 160, and that's because I put these upgrades in there. I did the first tier energy, which improves our energy by 2. But it decreases our base fuel energy by 15%. So if you put this one in there, you get a 10% fuel efficiency back. So we're only losing about 5%, which isn't bad, but it doubled our RF. So these are all doubled. So that means I'm actually outputting 640 RF. No, it does not. Yes, it does. It means I'm actually outputting 640 RF. And that's all this little pipe right here can handle, which is good, because if I put the next tier upgrade in it and made these 320, we'd have to change our pipes. So this thing stays pretty full. Yep. And then in here, I've built a couple machines since last episode. We got the alloy smelter here. I went ahead and made a sag mill because it actually gives us a pretty good amount of certain materials that we need. Actually gives you a chance of getting a little bit more material if you put this in there. You can see if you put flint in there, you can get a bonus output. So that's kind of cool. I also made a painting machine because if I grab my wrench and we click it, you can see that all the pipes are in the walls. So that's kind of cool. That's why I made the painting machine. And then I just put some conduit facades up there in a barrel. Over here we made an enrichment chamber. This thing's cool because if you guys ever used the metallurgic infusers, and this is basically the life of building anything that's mechanism, the higher tier stuff. You're always going to need this kind of stuff. So I made 3 of them. One is for the charcoal processing. And what I mean by that is the inventory here, the buffer, or whatever you want to call this, is the coal or carbon. This one is for the diamond, so anything that needs diamond in here. And then this one up here is for the redstone. But a cool trick, though, and I will show you. Let's see if we got any in our inventory. Yes, we do. So let me show you real quick something. If I just put 1 redstone in here, look at the number 400. If I just put 1 redstone in here, it'll go up to 410. See, 410. Now, if I take a piece of redstone and I put it in the enrichment chamber, it's going to make one of these compressed redstones. Now, why is that important? I'll show you. I thought I heard something. Okay, I will show you. So if you do that, it turns it into a compressed redstone. Now that was 1 for 1. Now watch what happens when I put a compressed redstone in here. And remember, 1 piece of redstone increased it by 10. If I put a compressed redstone in there, it increased it by 100. So make sure you guys do that, especially on these diamonds. Instead of getting 10 for every diamond, if you put a compressed diamond in there, you get 100. So you get 10 times the return on every one of these. So it doesn't matter if it's coal, diamond, or redstone. So it's just a helpful tint. Wow, I don't see any tints in here. It's a helpful hint. I also went and captured me a villager, and he is pooping away. He's giving me some emeralds. I named him Bob, my friend. So, yep, this is Bob, my friend. Hi, Bob. And he does have a pretty cool trade here, but I don't want to do that. I just use him for emeralds right now. I moved some of my tinker stuff up here with an anvil. I already had an anvil, I forgot. And over here on this side, I brought the apiaries in here. Actually, I have a lot of them. There's a bunch out here too. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get started on bees. And I've been looking at, last episode, Link mentioned maybe doing these as drawbridges up here. I think that's a really cool idea. I've never used drawbridges, so I'm going to have to play around with it in single player. And if I can get it to work, we'll have, you know, maybe like this panel here or something open up until we can get into more of an advanced, like the advanced genetics, I think is what it's called, or gendustry, where we can actually manipulate the bees to thinking that they're outside, but they're actually inside. There is an upgrade for that for doing that. So downstairs is what I want to show you guys today. This is something pretty cool. It's right here, and it might look like just a monster contraption, but I'm going to explain it. And that's probably all I want to do this episode, because like I said, I've been sick, and if I cough, I apologize, but hopefully I don't cough and I can get through this whole entire episode. What this is I would call it a poor man's way of doing ore gathering without doing a quarry somewhere in the world. This is kind of a cool way of doing it, and I've done this on Mod Sauce. I actually saw Thorgal do it on Mod Sauce too when I played with them on the FTOG server. Yeah, if you want to go see that, either go check out one of my Mod Sauce ones, or there's also a link to his channel. His is much more advanced than this, but this is just the beginnings. It can get a lot more advanced than this. But I just did this real quick. It's real simple recipes. I'll show you all that you really need. You need some pulverizers, and they can just be the regular pulverizers. You don't need to do the resonant ones or anything, but that's basically the copper gears, the redstone reception coil, and some flint and some pistons. So it's a pretty easy recipe. So you're also going to need these automatic sieves. And let's do automatic. And it is right here, automatic sieve. I'm going to call it sieve. You're going to need this silk mesh, which is basically 7 pieces of silk. Silk mesh. You're going to need some Invar and some electrum gears and some more Invar. There's also this way of doing it, but that's really expensive to make the electrical steel and stuff, so do this one. And these do require power, so everything has to get powered. So make sure you have power set up. I also put a barrel here. I'll explain why. It's got some sand in it. You're also going to need to make a cobblestone generator. This is just a simple one here. If you've played modded Minecraft, you know how to do this. Make sure you put this transfer node. I just have one world integration. It's plenty enough to keep this filled up, which keeps this whole entire system filled up and going. You're also going to need a couple chests. It doesn't matter what size. I would probably not go any smaller than an iron chest. I picked diamond because you can get diamonds pretty easily in this mod pack. But this is a diamond chest. This is the auto packager. Now this is not in the Resonant Rise mod pack, so you have to go get this. I actually requested this from the server owners. Gaming with Sheridan actually put it in for us, and I appreciate that, by the way. But yeah, typically when you have these and you want to process this, you could go through a machine called a hammer, and let's just go to Xnilo. I think that's what this is under. Is it one word? Xnilo? There it is right there. It's actually not in this. What mod is this under? This is Xartist. Okay. Let's do that one then. Ars. There you go. Usually goes into an automatic hammer right here. Oh, here's the rest. Oh, I showed you the recipe for that. Anyways, usually goes into an auto hammer, and basically that will hammer down the materials so that you can get them to a point where you can process them. Usually what happens is after it goes to the auto hammer, you can also go through an auto packager. And all the auto packager does, it's got right now, because the old version you couldn't see this, but if you look down there in the left hand corner, it says current mode is 2x2, then 3x3. You can't open it up, you can't see it. This is the front, and the rest of the sides just have this little like compressed cobblestone view on it. And the way that it works is everything comes in from the left and exits off the right. Okay, so basically what it does, it looks for something in a chest that's beside it. If it finds something, and it's a cool way of doing this, but it already knows that if an item needs to be combined in a 2x2, it'll do it. If it needs it to be a 3x3, say like diamonds, if you put diamonds in a 3x3, which is 9, it'll give you a block of diamond. But if you take like these broken silver ores and you put them in a 2x2, it turns it into a sand. And then so what happens, it gets thrown over into this chest. Now these are all the ones that I don't want sorted. So you can see we got blocks of coal, blocks of flint, we got more blocks of flint. We just got a bunch of stuff in here. So what happens after that is we want to take all of the good stuff out of here and throw it into some kind of a smeltery. It doesn't matter if it's this basic one or an upgraded one, or you could do a resonant furnace or just a standard thermal furnace. And then put it into another buffer. So I used an iron chest. And then you can take it and put it into any type of a storage system. Now I started off with barrels, and I've since moved up to these compacting drawers. And I'll explain why we're using these in a little bit. So let me let you look at it like this. See, you go 1, 2, 3, auto sieves in the bottom, go over to a chest, go to a compacting drawer, go to an auto packager, into a chest, set up some kind of a way to heat it up, cook it, and then a chest, and then process it into some kind of a storage area. Alright, so now I'm going to get into the details of it. You're going to need to use a lot of item conduit, so make sure you build or make a lot of item conduit through Ender.io. You're also going to need, like I said, power, so make sure you get some power cable coming in the back. The good thing about Ender.io, and the reason that this works as well, is you can put these pipes together and you don't waste up space for pipes and wiring. You're also going to need an insulated redstone conduit, a switch, a chest here, and I've already shown you all the rest. So let me explain how this works. Basically what we're doing is we're auto-sieving, this one is auto-sieving gravel. So when it goes through this gravel process, it'll crush down this gravel. You can put speed upgrades in these, but you don't really need to. So that it gets auto-sieved. That stuff here goes into this pipe. These are all inputting into the pipe, and it goes down into this box, okay? So all these in the green, see how they're marked in green? All those are going into this box. What happens though in a pulverizer is every once in a while when you pulverize gravel or pulverize cobblestone, this is the main product, but you'll get a byproduct of sand. So if you go to the next system, this one pulverizes it once. So you're going from cobblestone, all these start with cobblestone. So all these top ones, if you look on the top of this chest, I have a white. White is going into the tops. That's got a white. That one up there's got a white, and you can see the white on that one. So it's telling the item conduits that anything in the white channel goes to white. So everything is cobblestone going into the tops of these. So if we look at the second tier one is going from cobblestone down to gravel. So it's dumping the gravel into this one. And then the gravel is pulverizing into sand. So this one is sieving sand, okay? But once again, this top one, you're going to get a byproduct of sand. So instead of having it drop down into the bottom, we're going to pull it out on this yellow channel. So on this yellow channel, I'm pulling out the sand, just like on this one. So on the yellow channel here, I'm pulling out the byproduct, which would be sand. So anytime you pulverize gravel, you're always going to get a byproduct of sand. So you need to take it out. So on this one, we took it out here, and I'm dropping it right into the auto sieve at the bottom, which is sand. So we're not wasting anything. Now on this bottom one, when you pulverize when you pulverize gravel, the main product is sand, which we're telling it to go down. So if we look at this connection, the red goes down. but the byproduct is going out the side. The byproduct of gravel is dust. So if we go over here, you can see that I'm pulling out the dust, and it is going down into this bottom one. That's because on the third tier, we're going from we're going from cobblestone to gravel. The gravel's coming down into here, so the gravel gets pulverized into sand. The sand's dropping into here, and it's getting pulverized into dust. But this time you're going to have, so on this one up the top, remember cobblestone, you get to gravel, you're going to get a byproduct of sand. So we're pulling out the sand over to here, and I'm going to tell you why we're going to use that in a little bit. And the second one, when you pulverize gravel, you get sand and dust, but we don't want the dust to drop down, so we're pulling out the dust here, and we're putting it into the auto sieve in the bottom, which is dust. So that keeps everything efficient. You're using all your resources. You're not wasting anything, okay? So what we do then is, like I said, we're pulling everything down here into a chest. Now there's a really easier way to do this, but this is just the way I have it set up because it's just an easy way to explain. Now we could clean this up later when we can, but everything's coming into this. So what's happening is every time sand or gravel or dust gets pulverized, you get different types of ores. So you're going to either get broken zinc ore, a crushed zinc ore, and then you're also going to get this right here, the powdered version. So you're going to get powdered, broken, and crushed, okay? All of these can be combined in some way through this auto packager to create a block. Or it's going to create, right there, there's the Rubicon. It's going to create a gravel or a gravel dust, something, that this machine here can process. So right here we have iron or gravel. It got processed into an ingot, and that ingot is going into our compacting drawers. So how did I do that? I have everything coming into here, okay? There are some items that will not get auto packaged. Most items will, some won't. Like if you look in here now, the skystone dust is not getting processed, so I have a lot of it. So we're gonna probably need to trash can this. But everything else seems to work. You're gonna get some stuff that doesn't, and if you can see some stuff in here like seeds, like these cactus seeds, there's some exotic seeds, these ancient spores. I've been waiting on these to make mycelium, and that's something we're going to talk about here in a second. But everything else seems to compact, even bone meal. If you put bone meal in and it compacts it, you get these things called bone meal bags, and these are really cool for fertilizer. So there are some things, like I said, like this, blaze powder. We also get Certus quartz dust. And there's also a couple other things. You get this right here, so you get charged Certus crystals. These won't stack. Now the regular Certus crystals will. They'll stack into a block. See? So what happens is I'm telling the back of this to pull out these items. And I just used a regular basic item filter, Ender.io, and it is pulling out these objects, the ones I just said. Now the emerald, I didn't see emeralds. Now the emeralds will stack, but I'm pulling them out sooner because these aren't easy to get in there. These are almost harder to get than diamond. Diamond seems to be really easy, and that's one of the big upgrades you can put in these, are like a fortune upgrade, so that you can get some of the higher tier things or the more rare things. But this is working out pretty good. So I'm pulling out just those things, so I don't want to go through this process or this system here. On this one, there are some blocks that I don't care about, like these, okay? But everything else goes ahead and comes into here. But instead of making a bunch of filters saying what I don't want or what I do want, I told these what I don't want. So I don't want blocks of gunpowder going in there, going into the smelter, because it'll gum it up. I don't want these Certus quartz blocks. I don't want the bone meal. And on this one, I just put all the rest of the stuff, okay? So once it gets into a block, like a redstone block, I don't want to burn it because it doesn't work. It's just going to go in. I don't even think it'll get pulled in there, but these are the blocks that I don't want to get pulled out of here, because on the back side, I'm telling it to pull out those exact things. So this is a Certus quartz block, glowstone, blocks of diamond, blocks of lapis, and blocks of redstone. So those are getting pulled out. Goes all the way down into here and into the drawer controller. Now, if you've ever used compacting drawers, you know how cool this is and how efficient this is. If you've never used it, basically what these do is, let's say that I had 12 ingots of iron. What it would do is I would click on this box and it would take 9 of the ingots and turn it into a block. And then it would keep the other 3 ingots right here. Now you could do the same thing with nuggets. A lot of times when you kill mobs and stuff, especially in the nether, you're going to get gold nuggets. You can put the nuggets in there, and what happens is this block, this compacting drawer, will combine the smallest item into its more efficient form. So say you have 9 ingots, it's going to make it, or 9 nuggets, it's going to turn into an ingot. If I had 9 ingots, it's going to turn into a block. So it just saves space, but you can keep more stuff in these drawers. Now you can have as many of these as you want, okay? But if you can't, there's no GUI or anything, right? So you either hook up a pipe to every single one of them, or you make this drawer controller, and this controls everything that's touching it. So it controls this and this whole side. But there's a little step that you have to follow if you decide to make a bend like this, okay? And let me show you what it takes to make the drawer controller. Here's the drawer. Whoops. Drawer. Uh-oh, I can't spell today. Here's the drawer. So these are the drawers. They're not hard. There we go. They're not hard to make. These are the regular drawers here. Actually, that's not the regular drawer. These are the regular drawers right here. So it's just planks and a chest, and that. Oh, this is all you need for the recipe. Here are the compacting drawers. Nope, wrong one. You don't want the thing on the top. Let's look at this one. So you just put a regular drawer here, some stone, piston, some iron, makes these. Real simple recipe, okay? So you just make a bunch of these. Once you make a bunch of these, you're going to need a drawer controller. So here's the drawer controller. Almost the same recipe, except you're going to use some redstone comparators. This is how you do a redstone comparator. And then you're going to need a diamond. You only need one of these, okay? So you hook that one up here, take everything that you want out of here. I don't have any filters on this. This is just saying anything that gets put into here, pull it out. And then all the other ones are coming around here too. It gets inputted in this controller, and then it will automatically sort everything in here that it's touching, and it will look for these items. And it's almost instantaneous. Now remember I said that there's a little side step that you have to do if you want to bend the corner. If you want to bend the corner, you have to have a drawer on the corner or something that continues the path. And you can also make a controller slave. So you can put a controller slave in here, and you can continue going this way. If you wanted to wrap around this corner, you'd use another slave and go this way, and you could go all the way around the room, but you have to have those in the corners. Or fill in that corner and put the slave here. It doesn't matter. It's just the slave allows it to go other than this direction going that way. So these are really cool, and this thing has been on for off and on while I've been playing the past couple of days. And you can see we got 29 blocks of iron, and we got 6 blocks of diamonds. So it works really, really well. 54 blocks of lapis, 44 blocks of redstone. How much glowstone we got? So 54. So this is saving me from going to the nether to get this. The other items that we're going to need are items that come from mycelium. So I think it's mycelium. Am I spelling that right? Does it look like it? Okay, let's just do this. Let's type in nether quartz. And this is what we're looking for, and it's going to tell us how we get this. You can use quartzberry seeds and glass. We'll give you that. You can smelt to get it, but you can also get it by doing this. No, that's dusting. We need to show the X Nilo. So, oh, it's soul sand. That's what it is. So we need, the reason I need mycelium is because mycelium can turn water into witch water. Now, if I have witch water and I drop sand into it, it creates soul sand. What do you get from soul sand? You get gas tears, nether wart, and nether quartz. And that's what we're looking for, is the nether quartz. So that's the reason that we have this up here set up. So since I do have that set up, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the last section. of this processing. So let me get a couple things ready, and we'll do that last step. And I think I have enough on here to filter out what we want. Yep, I got one more slot, so we might have to make another filter. But let me get that set up real quick, guys, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. So I think I have everything that I need. Let's go down here and find out real quick. So here's what we want to do. We want to set up, you know, what I do need is a bucket. So we need to get a bucket. I don't think I have any buckets. Let's make 2 buckets. You can never have too many buckets. Okay, so there's our 2 buckets. Let's go get some water. We'll basically take it out of our system over here. Let's get these 2 buckets. I'll put one there, and let's put one there, and there. Oh, it's got a block over there. Okay, I don't want that. So, that's okay. Let's just use this. So let's put this piece of sponge right there. There we go. Cool. So if I take, I guess that's going to work. Now what I want to do is, actually I'm going to put a piece of block there. I want to put this. This is a fluid transfer, or a fluid duct. And if I put this in there, it should suck water. Good, it does. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to take 2 pieces of dirt, and I broke that with my hand. How stupid. Alright, let's go back over here. Let's grab a piece of dirt. What we're going to do is we're going to make some mycelium, and I'll show you what happens if you make mycelium. Let's go back down here, and I want to do this up off the ground. So let's grab that piece and that piece, and let's put the sieve. I'm going to put it right underneath there. So we're going to put it right on top of that. I'm going to tell this to extract. Can we get under there? No, we can't. Let's do this. Can we get under there now? Yep, extract. Always active. Good. Okay, put that block back. And then we want to see, how are we going to do this exactly? I need to pull out and put it into here. So let's put these 2 pieces of dirt like here, and then yeah, I did. Man, that was weird. Did you guys just see what that just did? That was kind of weird. The dirt disappeared. Okay, let's do that, and then I want to put this bucket like right here. Now it doesn't need to be sitting on a piece of dirt. It just needs to have some mycelium around it. Okay, so we're going to do that. Let's get that out. You're probably thinking, what on earth is he trying to do? I'll show you. So we're going to take these ancient spores. I need 2 of them. We're going to go like this. Bam. And bam. Okay? So basically what happens now is anytime this bucket gets water in it, it's going to turn into witch water. And what we want it to happen is we want to take out of here. Let's get rid of that torch. I'm going to take out of here and drop that into there. Now I think, let's see, I think that I can input in the top and pull out the side. We'll have to play with this. I can't remember if you can input in the top and pull out the side or vice versa. The one thing I do know though is, let's go ahead and make sure this isn't doing anything funky, is we can go ahead and take these here and come up and see if we can go into the bottom. Will it start filling up with water? It's not filling up with water. Alright, so if it's not filling up with water from there, then maybe we need to go into the side. So let's go ahead and break this off, and maybe we can go in from the side. Is that going to work? Does it say? It says it's transforming, but you can't see it. That's kind of weird. You can see in the oak barrel it says witch water. Okay, so let's try something real quick since we can't see it. You cannot pull. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull it out the bottom. Okay, so we're going to pull out the bottom, extract, always active. And we're going to input this. Input. Awesome. So that's what we want to do there. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put sand in the top here, like just like this. So we're going to extract from here, always active, and we're going to put this as an insert. And what should happen, you can see on there it says transforming, and it should pull out a piece of soul sand, even though we can't see anything happening here. When I did this on mod, or I think it was Infinity, or I can't remember which, yeah, it was on Mod Sauce. The water was actually up there. It was just a weird glitch. So let's see what happens. Boom. And there we go. So soul sand comes into here. And the reason that this isn't working is because I forgot to hook it up with power. So let's take, let's see, I'm going to get down there. Let's go over here and let's see, can we just come down over and then like that and then like that. Let's wrench that. Good. And then should be seeing it right there, but you know what, we're stuck. So let's go over here, walk all the way back around, and then let's come over here, and it is working. Perfect. So that material there is going to come and it's going to get in here. So this is going to be a new type of material, and I want it to actually go at the bottom. So let's do, oh, I didn't get it in time. Let's see if we can fill this in so we can actually see what we're getting. I know it's going to get nether quartz. That's not going to be the issue. So let's put that up there. And it's actually pulling stuff out faster than we can see it. So I do know that nether quartz is one thing that we're going to be able to get. Okay. So I want to take out one of these nether quartz right there. And I'm going to add that to this filter. And it's going to automatically put it right there. Did you see how fast that was? So it already pulled it out and it put it into here. That's excellent. I don't think, though, that nether quartz, I don't think that if you get a bunch of nether quartz that it turns into a block or anything. The other thing we're going to get is gas tiers, and we'll just have to watch for that. And the other thing you're going to get is some weird stuff like trees and stuff, but you can actually see that this is working. So this goes at a pretty slow pace, though. It takes a little bit of time for that witch water to actually transform and actually give you something, and that's fine. But I just did this because we needed nether quartz, and this seems to be an easy way of doing that. But if we type in soul sand again, let's type in soul sand, and we right click it, it's going to actually show you all the things that you can get from it. So let's go down to this one. So yeah, we're going to get heated sand, nether wart, a ghostwood sapling, some of these cool other saplings, tainted soil. We don't really need any of those, and the gas tier, of course. So let's look in here now and see if we got any of that. There's a sapling right there. So what I'm probably going to do is set up a filter in here to filter out the trees and just trash can them, because I don't really need them unless somebody on the server wants them. But yeah, guys, that's my setup. If you got any questions, just leave some questions in the comment section. If you'd like to see any improvements to this or a different way of doing it, I can explain it the next time. But yeah, that's just a poor man's way of doing, I guess it's a poor man's ore processing, really. I mean, you're getting everything that you would in a quarry. But yeah, guys, this has been episode number 3. Sorry it was a solo, but like I said, I've been sick, so I'm home. And Link's probably at work. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Episode number 3. Leave some likes, leave some comments, and hit that sub button, buddies. I appreciate everybody that's been subscribing so far this year. I have actually gotten 61 subscribers so far this year, and we just now reached March. So that is really good for me. It's a really good pace. I think that we're going to hit our goal. Hopefully we will. So thanks again to all you guys. And like I said, if you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe back to you. It doesn't matter if you got any videos or not. I just think it's cool. I know how it feels to get a sub. I love it. Every single one of them. So I'll see you next time, guys.